Hey pals! Today's video is going to be my August reading plans. It will of course include my TBR for ARC August, which is the first ever readathon that I am hosting. So it's very exciting. And it will also include my TBR for the Magical Kingdom Readathon, where I am on Team Villains. Yeah! Okay, so if you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning pal, then hey, how are you doing? Let me know in the comments below what your August plans are for reading, or just any plans. Anything you want to chat to me about is fine. And yeah, let's get on with it.
Books and coffee, that's all I need. Lost in a world of fantasy.
Okay, so first on the list, I have my must-reads for August. So, must-reads consists of books that I have to read for book clubs that I am part of, in terms of I'm on screen for, I have a Discord for, etc. So, they are the Sibs Book Club, which I host with Beatrice from Beatrice's Book Nook, and Pleasure Yourself, which is Paula over at Family and Books Book Club. And I just sort of co-host. I just turn up for the live shows pretty much, and yeah, we just have a good time. So yeah, so them two book clubs, the Pleasure Yourself Book Club is, at the moment we haven't had the August book announced, but I also haven't read the July book yet, so that is a rollover, and it is Django Wexler's How to Become the Dark Lord or Die Trying. Try saying that 3 times drunk, try saying it 3 times sober. Either way, I can't say it once, so good luck with that. And then we also have the Sibs Book Club, which will always have a special place in my heart. And this August's pick for that is Happily Never After by Lynne Painter. It will be our first romance pick, so it's very exciting to, I think. Okay, so we've had Happiness Falls was the first month, and that is, it comes under contemporary literary mystery. So yeah, and then we had Inkblood Sister Scribe in July, and that is a fantasy. So we are making our way through the genres. And having a great time doing so. If you feel like joining or want to know more about the book club, I do have an announcement video on my channel, and of course I will link everything in the description box below. So they are the 2 must-reads for book clubs that I am part of. And then I have decided, because I really enjoy reading with other people, and I have managed to find myself in many a book club Discord. So what I've noticed the last couple of months is that the more book clubs I want to read with, the more overwhelmed I'm becoming, because the more must reads I have. So I've decided to do things differently, and we'll insert a clip here of me spinning the spinner wheel. But I've decided that each month I will do 2 book clubs, apart from the ones that I am part of. So that's 4 book clubs in total each month, and I'm going to use a spinner wheel to decide which ones, because I would not be able to choose. So yeah, so we'll insert the clip here, showing you what I ended up with. So the spins gave me, first of all, it gave me Claire's from Claire's Creative Corner. She has a Magical Kingdom book club, and that's the first one. So the book for that in August is Beastly Beauty by Jennifer Donnelly. And then the second role ended up being The Manor, which is Leandra from Leandra the TBR 0. She has a Patreon, and we do a book club in there. But that is the book club there is like, it'll be one book for over 2 months kind of thing. So, and I've already read that book. So I spun again and we got Brittany's Land of Fairy Tales, which is Brittany from Brittany Loves Readings Patreon Discord. So we have a book club in there. And the book for that, again, it's we do like a book club that's over 2 months. But the July-August one, I haven't had time to get to. So I will be reading Heavenbreaker by Sarah Wharf for that one. Okay, so what have I got left on my August plans? I was going to do a bit of a flip through of my bullet journal, my reading journal. If that's something you're interested in, please let me know in the comments below, because I'll make sure that I prepare ahead of time to be able to do that. This month I am massively behind on my to-do list. Actually, I'm always behind on my to-do list. So that's not unusual. But yeah, so I haven't actually set up my pages for August yet. So if you like Bujo content, then feel free to let me know and I will include that next month. Next, we have a little bit of an update for my book buying ban. So I came across something that I had not prepared for. So if you haven't seen my book buying ban video, I do recommend checking that out, just to see what my rules are, etc. Because obviously everyone's book buying ban is personal to them, so so my rules might differ from what your rules would be. My goal overall is just to get rid of this stack, basically, and have them read rather than sitting there staring at me. So that's my overall goal. I do want to spend less money too, and be a little bit more mindful over what I am bringing into my house, kind of thing. In terms of like more stuff, I'm hopefully moving next year, so I want to not have as much to move. So yeah, my little update is that I forgot that I get book of the month, and that's just a standing payment that goes out every month. So although it felt like I was breaking the rules, I actually wasn't, because I hadn't come up with a rule for it. So so I have gone ahead and used my credits for my book of the month. I will do probably a little unboxing in one of my videos if you like unboxings. I'm not really an unboxing video person myself, so I generally don't do specific unboxing videos on my channel, just because it's not really something that I watch. But again, if it's something that you really love to see, feel free to let me know and I will see if the demand is there. And if the demand is there, maybe I'll make it happen. Okay, next we have I'm going to talk about ARC August first, because it's my little baby. It's the first readathon that it was like I sort of pulled the group together and sort of said, shall we do this kind of thing, and then we've worked together on it from there. So we have a little quick rundown. We have Koda, we have Didi, we have Vanessa, and we have Nicole, and we are co-hosting it's technically a weekend readathon to help us get through our arcs that anyone who's an arc reader is probably behind on, because it's the nature of being an arc reader. Yeah, so we thought it was a good idea to have a weekend full of sprints. We have set up a Discord, and it is open for the whole month. So if you want to read and join for the whole month, or the last couple of weeks, or whatever, it's very chill, very laid back. There are game boards, there are bingo boards, if you want if you like having prompts to pick your reads. We've got easy mode and hard mode. We've tried to make it as fun and interactive as possible, but obviously it's completely laid back, and you can just be reading whatever you want to read, basically, and just be hanging out with us, which is also fine. Again, I'll be linking everything in the description box below, and I hope to see you there. So my my TBR for August is slightly crazy. It is kind of extensive, this TBR, and I don't know if I'll get through all of them, but these, I decided to base my August TBR around the books that I'm either already late for, or the release date is coming up for these books. So you will hear titles that are already out and you can already get hold of them. I have not written down which ones of these that is. If I can remember, I will mention, just in case you're interested in checking them out. Okay, so number one, we will put the graphic on the screen here for you to see. So the first book we've got is The Meiji Guillotine Murders. This is a translated works by Futaro Yamada. It is a classic Japanese mystery, and it has been obviously translated into English. It follows a pair of sleuths investigating a series of bloody murders. Apparently it's murders now.
Series of bloody murders.
I kind of like that one though. Okay, so it is following a series of murders in the 19th century in Tokyo, Japan. I'm very much excited to delve into this one. I have read other mysteries, translated mysteries from Japanese, and I've really enjoyed all of them, I think, that I've read so far. So hopefully, I've got high hopes that this one will be a good time for me. Okay, the next one we have, I actually only have the arc for the second book in the duology. So I ended up having to buy the first one in order to be able to read this one. So this is The Annual Migration of Clouds by Premi Mohammed. So excited for this one. This is a lit fic, but it's science fiction, speculative fiction. So, The Annual Migration of Clouds. Okay, so it's a novella set in post-climate disaster Alberta. A woman infected with a mysterious parasite must choose whether to pursue a rare opportunity far from home or stay and help rebuild her community. The world is nothing like it once was. Dun dun dun! Okay, I'm very excited about this. It is all of my buzzwords, basically. Okay, next we have Climate Psychology and Change, Reimagining Psychotherapy in an Era of Global Disruption and Climate Anxiety. This is by Steffi Bednarik. It's quite a short non-fiction. It's only 262 pages. And I'm pretty sure that the title kind of indicates what it's about. but obviously it's intriguing to me because I do get quite a lot of climate anxiety, to the point where I will actively avoid learning more about it, which is not good because I cannot make changes to my own behaviour if I don't know how to do that. So it's kind of like a weird cycle that I'm kind of hoping this will help me crack out of. But if not, then I think it will just be interesting anyway. The description says 28 leading psychologists, therapists and mental health healers reflect on the potential and necessity of adapting clinical care in response to the climate crisis. As the devastating impacts of the climate crisis become clearer, therapists and mental health workers are increasingly finding it necessary to integrate a response to global environmental collapse into their work with clients. So, yeah, I mean, I'm interested in psychology as a topic anyway. Obviously, it covers a lot of things, but yeah, I'm interested in that. I'm also a little bit anxious because will I have to face my demons? Probably, but you know, I should be doing that anyway. Okay, next we have How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. This one is definitely out. And actually, I think all of the ones so far are out that I've said about are out. Can I speak English in a cohesive, flowing sentence? No, clearly I cannot. Am I frustrated? Yes. Yes, I am. Have I got a nail appointment in half an hour? Yes, I do. Okay, so How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin is the first book in a series called The Castle Knoll Files. It is a mystery, which I'm all about at the moment. And yeah, okay, so it's a dual narrative. It has a feel-good mystery in which a woman, Frances, spends a lifetime trying to prevent her murder as predicted by a fortune teller at a country fair when she was just 17. I mean, I feel bad for Frances. I mean, that's not a way to live, but am I down for reading about it? Yes, I am. Okay, next we have An Intrigue of Witches is by Esme Addison. Again, it's quite a short book. It's only 288 pages. It is a fantasy mystery. So we've got a nice little blend going on there. Is it a series? It doesn't say that it's a series. So it must be a standalone, which is interesting. Okay, introducing the Secret Society Mystery Series. Okay, so it is a series. Why is that not on the cover? Oh no, it is. It's just not that obvious when you stare at it. Okay, so it is introducing the Secret Society Mystery Series, and kick-ass red-headed heroine Sydney, a black historian poised on the brink of discovering her true past and her hidden witchy powers. 30-year-old black woman Sydney Taylor is a talented early American history professor working in fast-paced Washington DC with her eyes on promotion. She's also currently persona non grata. Who knew that making an inconvenient historical discovery would see her stuck at her desk shuffling paper? Okay, well, let's hope that she's not shuffling that paper for the whole book, because that would be boring. But yeah, I'm intrigued to read. Okay, next we have Murder Road by Simone St. James. It is a horror thriller, apparently, so we'll see. I've heard varying reviews all specifically about this author rather than the books. So I have heard that Simone St. James can be a little bit hit and miss, which is fine. Hopefully this one's a hit. I don't know yet. I haven't read it. And it will be my first Simone St. James. So here's hoping. Here's hoping. Okay, next we have Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda. And it's a mystery thriller. It's been out for a little while. It was the B&K pick for their book club. I didn't get to it because I just want to be involved in everything. FOMO is a real problem for me. But I'm working on it. It's going to be fine. And hopefully this is the month I get to Daughter of Mine. It should be my first read. It is my first read because I'm using a spinner wheel to decide and taking the thinking out of it because I need to. So Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda is going to be my first read. It's a mystery thriller. It is the new thrilling novel from Megan Miranda, the instant new... Oh, sick of that crap. Okay, so when Hazel Sharp, daughter of Mira Lake's long-time local detective, unexpectedly inherits her childhood home, she's warily drawn back to the town and people she left behind almost a decade earlier. But Hazel's not the only relic of the past to return. A drought has descended on the region, and as the water level in the lake drops, long-hidden secrets begin to emerge. Dun dun dun. Okay, I'm excited to find out what these secrets are. I love a secret. Okay, next we have Hera by Jennifer Saint. This one is out now as well. I think it's actually out this month maybe, or was it out in July? I can't remember. It's again quite a short book. It's just over 300 pages. It's a fantasy historical literary litfic, so we're just going to say fantasy historical because I feel like that's a bit OTT. Why do we have to have so many genres attached? Okay, so we have Hera by Jennifer Saint is a captivating read for fans of epic fantasy and historical fiction who are drawn to complex, empowered female characters and the rich, atmospheric world of ancient Greece. Hera, immortal goddess and daughter of the ancient titan Kronos, helped her brother Zeus to overthrow their tyrannical father so that they could rule the world. As they establish their reign on Mount Olympus, Hera suspects that Zeus might be just as ruthless and cruel as their father was, and she begins to question her role at his side. She was born to rule, but does that mean perpetuating a cycle of violence and cruelty that has existed since the dawn of time? Will assuming her power mean that Hera loses herself, or can she find a way to forge a better world? Okay, that's exciting. Okay, I can't wait to read that. Next we have, and you'll have seen this pop up on several of my TBRs. And I still haven't got to it. So hopefully please let this be the month that I read Withered by AGA Wilmot. It is a horror that has LGBTQIA plus themes. Okay, so the description says, after the tragic death of their father and surviving a life-threatening eating disorder, 18-year-old Ellis moves with their mother to the small town of Blackstone, seeking a simpler life and some space to recover. But Blackstone feels off. It's a disquieting place, one that's surrounded by towns with some of the highest death rates in the country. It doesn't help that everyone says Ellis's new house is haunted. There we go. I could be an audiobook reader, really, couldn't I? I'm missing out here. Okay. Next, we are on to the next page of my ARC August TBR. We have The Poisons We Drink by Bethany Baptiste. This one is a chunker of a book. It is 453 pages. Okay, so it's not that chunky, but it's chunky compared to all the other ones that I've talked about so far. And this is in a country divided between humans and witches. Venus Stoneheart hustles as a brewer, making illegal love potions to support her family. Love potions is a dangerous business. Brewing has painful, debilitating side effects, and getting caught means death or a prison sentence. But what Venus is most afraid of is the dark, sentient magic within her. Sorry. Okay, probably should not have done that into the mic. Do we like my new mic? I feel like a famous pop star. Okay, next we have Sociopath. This, again, you will have seen pop up on previous TBRs. This is a memoir by Patrick Gagne. They are a diagnosed sociopath, and it's just a memoir. So therefore we're gonna follow what it's like to be a sociopath. Yeah, I'm intrigued, I'm interested, I want to know, and yeah. Okay, so next we have Disobedience by Daniel Sarah Karasik. And this, the description for this is: Shale lives in a vast prison camp, a monstrosity developed after centuries of warfare and environmental catastrophe. As a young trans-feminine person, they risk abject violence if their identity and love affair with an insurrectionary activist are discovered. But desire and rebellion flare, and soon Shale escapes to Riverwash, a settlement attempting to forge a new way of living that counters the camp's repression. Yeah, high stakes, I love it. Okay, next we have Flowers for Dead Girls by Abigail Collins. The description for this is: 17-year-old Astra's life hasn't been easy. She has no friends, an absent father, and a mum everyone thinks is crazy. Plus one huge secret: she can talk to ghosts. Standard, right? Astra inherited her mum's gift, but sometimes it feels more like a curse, especially when she meets Isla, who's sweet, cheerful, and absolutely gorgeous. She's just the right kind of girl to bring Astra out of her shell and maybe more. The only problem? She's dead. When Isla enlists Astra's help with her so-called bucket list, Astra intends to do just enough to help her move on to the afterlife. She doesn't plan on getting close to her, and she definitely doesn't plan on falling in love. By the time the list is finished, Astra realises that her gift might not be such a bad thing after all. Okay, so next we have The Mystery Writer by Sulari Gentile. And this one's definitely out because I have the physical copy of this. I pre-ordered it, and then then I found out that I got the ARC, so I've ended up with both. But that's fine. That's fine. And also another reason why I'm currently on a book buying ban. Okay, so this is a mystery thriller. It follows Theo, who has one dream: to become a best-selling author. Determined to make her mark in the literary world, she heads to the US on a whim to stay with her brother Gus and focus on her writing. But her plans take an unexpected turn when she befriends a famous author, Dan Murdoch, at a local bar, and then he turns up dead. Suddenly, Theo finds herself as the prime suspect. Okay, excited. Okay, Moonstone by Laura Purcell. I have read from this author before and absolutely loved this author's writing previously, so I'm hoping this will be no different. This is a sci-fi fantasy. It says it's her YA debut. There we go. I didn't know that actually. I just saw Laura Purcell and signed up. Following a scandal at the Vauxhall Pleasure Gardens, Camille is sent to the woods to live with her reclusive godmother and her strange daughter, Lucy. Cast out from polite society, she must learn to live by her godmother's strict rules. Camille has never met anyone quite like Lucy before, and as they grow closer and cross forbidden boundaries, strange things begin to happen. Mysterious deaths, claw marks raking the doors, and the nights are pierced by the howls of a creature that sounds almost otherworldly. Okay. Are we enjoying the dramaticness? Because it's kind of tough luck, really. This is just the mood I'm in. Okay, next we have 2 books by Sarah Reddy. We have Fated and we have Wished. They are both romance, I want to say. Yeah, the new adult romance. And Vanessa, who is one of the co-hosts for ARC August, has rated Sarah Reddy highly. So when I saw that I could get them on NetGalley, that was that. Okay, so that's them 2. And then we have The Monsters in Our Shadows by Edward J. Kemble. So this is a bone-chilling dystopian horror now in development as a major motion picture. Oh, what? Okay, humanity has been devoured to the edge of extinction by shivers. Oh, Vanessa, I'll have to tell you about this. Nightmarish creatures with an insatiable hunger bound to torment their hosts until they finally feed. The last morsels of humankind cling to life in a decaying Gothic-esque city, surviving only by the ritual of exile, a desperate measure now failing. Anthem, the Exorcist, is charged with capturing these eldritch horrors and banishing them beyond the city's great walls, but Anthem harbours his own shiver, and its hunger grows more uncontrollable by the day. Okay, we are on the last page of my ARC August TBR, and you will be pleased to know there's only 2 on this. Okay, so next we have Suzume by Makoto Shinkai. And this is the comic version. Yeah, well, it says comic and graphic novel, so maybe it's a graphic novel. I haven't actually looked at it fully yet, so we'll see. I may have mentioned Suzume previously. This was a movie that came out a couple of years ago that I'm obsessed with. I have the book that literally just has like, like the script of the movie. And now I have access to Suzume #1. So let's find out. Okay. For those that haven't heard of Suzume before, Suzume is a high school junior who has no idea why the beautiful stranger she meets is looking for ruins for a certain door. Soon after pointing the stranger suitor in the direction of an abandoned resort, she thinks better of it and goes to try and stop him. But before she can find Suitor, Suzume unknowingly opens a decrepit door to a world beyond time and place and stumbles into an adventure of seismic proportions. Okay. I'm so excited. And finally, the last book on this list is The Monster and the Mirror by KJ Aiello. This is a biography, memoir and memoir. It's in the biographies and memoirs section, non-fiction, and the subtitle is Mental Illness, Magic and the Stories We Tell. This is a revelatory memoir and cultural criticism that connects popular fantasy and our perceptions of mental illness to offer an empathetic path to compassionate care. Growing up, KJ Erlo is fascinated by magical stories of dragons, wizards and fantasy where monsters were not what they seemed and anything was possible. These books and films were both a balm and an escape, a safe space where Aiello's struggle with mental illness transformed from a burden into a strength that could win battles and vanquish villains. A unique blend of memoir research and cultural criticism, the Monster and the Mirror charts Aiello's life as they try to understand their own mental illness using The Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones and other stories as both guides to heroism and agency and cautionary tales of how mental illness is easily stereotyped as bad and violent. Aiello questions who is allowed to be mad versus sane, good versus evil, and weak versus strong, and who is allowed to tell their own stories. The Monster and the Mirror explores our perceptions of mental illness in a way that is challenging and tender, empathetic and knowledgeable, and offers a path to a deeper understanding and compassionate care. I feel like this is the book that I wish I'd written. So let's hope I still feel like that at the end. I'm sure I will. Anyway, that's the end of my August TBR. So next we have a shorter TBR, you'll be pleased to know, and that is for the Magical Kingdom Readathon, which is run by Claire over at Claire's Creative Corner. I will link everything in the description box below. I am on Team Villains for this, and I'm very excited. It's I think, hang on, 6. You get 10 prompts, and you... that's it. You get 10 prompts. You read a book for each prompt. That's it. It's not rocket science. I'm making this way harder than it needs to be. And there we go. Moving on. So for the first prompt for Gaston, I have chosen the poisons we drink. I'll not talk about it further because I've already mentioned it. Because I've used as many of my books that I need to read for August for this as well. So I'll only talk a little bit about the ones that I haven't got arcs for, if that makes any sense outside of my head. Okay, so The Poisons We Drink by Bethany Baptiste. I'm so sorry. This is for the first prompt, which is Gaston, and that's read a book over 400 pages. Why I couldn't think of the word. Pages is troubling. So the next prompt is Hades, and that's read a book that features death or grief, and I have chosen Withered by AGA Wilmot. Next we have the prompt Oogie Boogie, which is read a book that features a game. I have chosen The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one has had me a little bit intrigued for quite some time. I watched the film and really enjoyed the film. So hopefully I will enjoy the book as much. Next we have Ursula, which is read a book with a sea creature on the cover. For that I have picked Fathom Folk by Eliza Chan. This book has can I read? No, I can't. It has a stingray on the spine, and I'm going to count that. And it also has like a mermaid on the front as well, which is a sea creature, right? So this is a reread for me. I did have this as an arc, so I read it really super quickly back when I thought that I was somehow going to be penalised for reading books after the release date. So yeah, so I read it really quickly, really enjoyed it, but can't remember a whole lot about it. So I want to reread it. I've got the physical copy now, so I can annotate it, and it's going to be a good time. Next we have the prompt Captain Hook, which is read a book that features pirates. For that I have chosen Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, next we have Maleficent, which is read a book with green, purple or black on the cover, and bonus points, not that you get points for this, but you've got bonuses if you, there's not bonuses, it's just like if you can get all 3 colours on the cover. Anyway, I have managed to get all 3 colours on the cover, and for this I have chosen The Monster and the Mirror by KJ Aiello. This is the book that I just went over for my other TBR, my ARC August TBR. Okay, next we have the prompt Queen of Hearts, which is just read a book with hearts on the cover, which I found actually kind of difficult. I have one book with hearts on the cover, and luckily this was actually the book club pick for Magical Kingdom Book Club last month, and I didn't get time to read it, so I'm rolling it over and it fits perfectly for this, thankfully. So it is Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Next we have the prompt Scar, which is read a book with betrayal in it. I picked Hera by Jennifer Saint because well, I mean, they killed their father. That's a betrayal, isn't it? So yes, okay, that works. Next we have the prompt Jafar, which is read a book with a snake on the cover. This I'm going to do another reread because I initially read this on Kindle and loved it so much that I bought a copy when I was in Portugal. So now I can annotate it, and that is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. And finally, the last prompt is Mother Gothel, which is read a book with a mother character, and for that I have picked Suzume, which is probably a little bit of a stretch, but there is like an aunt character that is very motherly, maybe not initially but becomes so, and then there's also like a very strong memory of like her mum, and I can't say more about it because it would spoil the book, the story or the film if you have not read or watched it. But it makes sense to me, and therefore I'm making it work. Okay, so that is my Team Villains TBR for August. I have thoroughly enjoyed putting my TBR together this month, and I hope that you have enjoyed hanging out with me today. Let me know in the comments below if you have made it this far. Give me an emoji that screams villain to you. Okay, it can be any, as long as it's villainous in some way. And let me know what plans you have for August. Is there any books that you're particularly looking forward to getting to? Is there any books on my TBR that you've either read and can give me thoughts on, or that you plan to read also? Yeah, let me know everything in the description, in the comments below, and have a great day. Love you, bye.
Bye, love you. Grab a cup of joe, let's start